afford those things, to rebuild Michigan, to put it back on top. You just remind them we are spending $10 billion a month in Iraq. We can spend some of that money right here in Troy, Michigan. That's the choice in this election. Are we going to continue the failed Bush-McCain economic policies and remain mired in an endless and costly conflict in Iraq? Or will we change course and focus on problems that working families in Michigan and across America are facing every single day? I believe strongly that we are on the wrong path and that we need new priorities. And so when people ask me, why are you running this time? I explain we can't afford to wait to fix our schools. We can't afford to wait to fix our healthcare system. We can't wait to create a strong economy with good jobs that pay good benefits. We cannot afford to wait to end this war in Iraq. We cannot wait, and that's why I'm running for President of the United States right here and right now. I decided to run was also because I was betting on you. I was betting on you, the American people, because I was convinced that the American people were tired of a politics that's all about tearing each other down. You want a politics that's about lifting the country up. I was convinced that you wanted a politics that was about telling the truth. Honesty and straight talk from your elected officials, not spin and PR. But most of all, I was convinced that the American people were tired of the politics that divides us. I think you want a politics that brings us together. All people, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, young, old, men, women. What's at stake. That's what's at stake in this election. I mean, I've got all kinds of good plans. I want to make sure that every child in America gets the best education this country has to offer. Troy High School is one of the best schools in the country, and the principal and the superintendent deserves congratulations. But I want every child to get a good education. I want kids in Detroit to get the same education. I want to make sure the kids in the barrios in South Texas, and the kids on the Indian reservation in South Dakota, and the kids in the small rural communities in Appalachia, that they're all getting that education. So we're going to invest in early childhood education to close the achievement gap. We are going to pay our teachers more money and give them more support. We are going to transform and change No Child Left Behind, because we don't want our teachers teaching to the test. We want our kids learning art and music and science and literature and all the things that make college affordable. By providing every young person with a $4,000 tuition credit, every student every year in exchange for national service in exchange for community service. I want to make health care available to every American. If you've got health insurance, we want to lower your premiums by $2,500 a year. If you don't have health insurance, we are going to set up a plan where you can get health insurance that is as good as the health care I have as a member of Congress. And there won't be exclusions for pre-existing conditions. It'll be there if you lose your job. We'll negotiate with the drug companies so that everybody, including our seniors, get the cheapest available price for drugs. And we won't wait 20 years from now to do it. We'll do it by the end of my first term as President of the United States of America. I want to cut your taxes. I want to close those tax loopholes and tax havens to corporations. Stop giving tax breaks to companies that are shipping jobs overseas. And I want to give middle-class Americans $1,000 to offset rising costs of gas and rising costs of health care. I want to make sure that we have trade agreements that work not just for corporate profits, but also for American workers. Also for the economy of Michigan. If South Korea is selling hundreds of thousands of cars into the United States, and we can only sell less than 5,000 into South Korea, something is wrong. That's not fair, and it will change when I'm President of the United States of America. And I want to invest in a new energy sector. You know, John McCain and I got into an argument because he said the solution to the gas problem was a gas tax holiday for the summer, 3 months. Now understand that at best, even by his own estimates, this would have given you 30 cents a day for a grand total of $28 in savings. Now, but that's assuming that the oil companies actually lowered their prices when we took the tax away. How many people think the oil companies would actually do that? More likely that money would have gone into the pockets of the oil companies. But the real problem is, it's not how we're going to solve our energy problem, and we've been talking about this for decades now. And this is what I mean about being honest with the American people. If we are going to bring down gas prices over the long term, and we must, then the way we are going to do it is to invest in alternative energy. It is going to be to make sure that we are working with car companies to make more fuel-efficient cars, to invest in the research and the development right here in Michigan, to create a whole new transportation sector, to put millions of people back to work, to wean ourselves off dependence on foreign oil. That's what I intend to do when I'm President of the United States of America. We can do all these things, but we're not just going to be able to change political parties to do it. Part of what this campaign's been about is changing how our politics is done. We are going to have to push back on those special interests that have dominated Washington, the drug companies, the insurance companies, the oil companies, the gas companies. That's why at the beginning of this campaign I said I would not take PAC money. I would not take money from federal registered lobbyists. I have not taken a dime from them. They will not run my White House, and they will not drown out the voices of the American people when I'm President of the United States of America. We're going to have to be honest with the American people. You know, it's not going to be easy for us to have a new energy future and bring down gas prices. But we can start now, and when we look back 8 years from now at the end of my presidency, we will be able to say that we have been on the right track. It's not going to be easy to get out of Iraq. We have to be as careful getting out as we were careless getting in. But you will have a president who is determined to bring this war to an honorable close, to ramp up diplomacy, and if you are with me, we will make it happen. 8 years from now, we can look back and say we resolved that conflict in an honorable way. And we are taking care of the veterans who come home by giving them